How are there people still living in New York City in the MCU? I know, right? If I was there, I'd move out. When your friend is in danger, but it's not your movie, so you're gonna be sleeping soundly. I asked my son to pick his toy up, but he told me he's not worthy. So how did it get there in the first place, huh? My favorite thing is when Steve hides his full body behind the shield. He looks like a turtle going, whoop. Dear Marvel, please stop copying our Tom. The amount of PhDs in this picture. You can't recognize a character just by seeing a weird color combination. The color combination. Hi, I'm Daredevil, and you're watching Disney+. He did his best, okay? 4-year-old me. Spider-Man is so cool. Me now. Spider-Man is so cool. Spider-Man will never not be cool. Imagine showing someone this shot in 2017. If Captain America were in this situation, what would he say at the end? I don't know. Adding a jacket over a supersuit automatically gives any character bonus cool points. That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you? How old are you? I'm not telling you. Oh no, this movie's gonna be called Avengers Age of Ultron ? I wonder who that Spider-Man is. The pictures that Peter Parker gives him. Yeah, this dude has just got to be an actor. Come on. No way he didn't know who Spider-Man was. My son was playing Guardians of the Galaxy. He has Star-Lord, but had to improvise on the others. Yeah, like Groot. That one's pretty accurate. Marvel fans, when their parents' wedding tape doesn't have a post-credits scene teasing their divorce. Thanos feeling a little itch in his and realizing he hasn't seen Ant-Man on the battlefield for a while. I prefer the real Magneto. I said the real Magneto. Perfection. Any villains trying to give a speech. What if you shut the hell up? How old is Thanos? 1,100 years old. I am inevitable. Okay, boomer. I dropped my phone and I decided to make the best of it. You either die a mediocre Marvel character or live long enough to become a great Marvel character. American version, Spider-Miles Morales. Rest of the world, Spider-Man Kilometers Morales. Disney writing Marvel scripts versus Disney writing Star Wars scripts. Falcon says, on your left, heroes start coming through portals. The original Avengers theme starts playing. Captain says, Avengers assemble. Everyone runs into battle together. Who you think you would be in the Marvel universe versus who you would actually be. Don't say it. Dormammu, I've come to bargain. I'm tired of you people. What do you mean, you people? Thanos pressured to give back Infinity Stones. Thanos claims he's not racist because he has black friends. Marvel fans right now. Everything is Doctor Strange. My teacher trying to confuse me with a trick question. What if? Just kidding. Unless the Infinity Gauntlet, but as a coffee mug. A small price to pay for hydration. Matt, please stop being Daredevil. You're going to get yourself ended. No. Why are they so big? Fans were asking for the DD on the suit. Marvel thought we were talking about Matt's bra size. Jarvis, convince her to come back. If you ever feel stupid, just remember that Marvel ended a speedster with bullets. Everyone will return in Avengers Doomsday, except her. Why'd you have to say that? My I-beams are concussive blasts, not heat. Also Cyclops. All Doctor Strange did in Endgame. Here. Yeah, Jonah, I don't know how I got this angle. I was just in the neighborhood. These guys weren't using their brain. Either he was Spider-Man or he was really friendly with Spider-Man. He knew Spider-Man personally. Future archaeologists won't truly understand how much aura this thing has. My favorite pic of RDJ is that picture of that army girl taking a selfie with RDJ in the background. And he's just, ooh, I found it. Who is the best villain in the Multiverse saga so far? Green Goblin almost destroyed the multiverse purely to mess with the teenage kid he just met. He's a menace, the GOAT. Marvel headquarters, early 2000s, Guy 1. Who do you think we should cast as Wolverine? Guy 2. I don't know, probably a huge jacked man. Marvel peaked in 2018. Now thinking about it, I think it did what Marvel thinks we want. Agatha, House of Harkness. What we actually want. Wong, Sorcerer Supreme. How to disguise yourself the Marvel way. All you need is a hoodie and, optionally, a pair of glasses and a hat. Me, the fruit sticker. The fruit. Me, the fruit sticker, putting it on my friend's clothes. Sorry, man. It's just the way it goes. Marvel fans, he looks like a joke. What a joke. He looks bad. Why did they make him obese? Not intimidating. Law nuts. Yep, he would definitely have a beer belly from his notorious drinking. I just realized that Thor seriously wore Crocs to the funeral. I mean, what else was he supposed to wear? What I wanted versus what I got. Ice Age baby height versus Thanos' height. What's up, regular sized man? Yes, Thanos. Tilt your head upwards when speaking to the baby. In 2007, Venom, introduced as a villain in 2024, died as a hero for a best friend. Nobody. Phase 4 of the MCU. Weird title designs. The Marvel movies I grew up with. Do you guys think you can solve this jigsaw puzzle? I don't think you can. Who is it? Where most people get their knowledge of Marvel characters versus where I got my knowledge of Marvel characters. If the MCU hard reset, that would throw away all they've done so far. You can just watch the old movies. This still from the New Kids Iron Man cartoon is frying me. Jarvis, I made boom boom. So this is the height and weight difference between comic Thanos and MCU Thanos. I didn't realize how much bigger. Wait, hold on. So he weighed more in the comic. It was a lot smaller. Yeah, shouldn't he weigh a lot more since he's a lot taller? Damn, bro's just packing on muscle in the comics then, I guess. UK versus USA versus Asgard. Marvel movie is playing Stan Lee. Yeah, I'm just going to make a surprise appearance. Let's see if anyone noticed me. Good guy will win. Bad guy with same powers will lose. Marvel Phase 6. Do you know what you guys have in common? No? What do we have in common? You both have no vision. Outside the X-Mansion. Avengers, stop coming by our house. We don't like you. We don't find you interesting. Tony, how many did we win? Doctor Strange. Thanos. Avengers 1. Magneto got so much sass, he'd be breaking backs. A Marvel VFX editor missing his child's birthday so he can animate She-Hulk twerking. Was this meme made by the Marvel VFX editor? Marvel fans seeing people coming through portals in a Marvel movie in 2019. Marvel fans seeing people coming through portals in a Marvel movie in 2021. Captain struggled to stop Bucky's metal arm with his shield. Meanwhile, Spider-Man stopped it with a single hand like it was nothing. Marvel villains, when they want to invade Earth. I go to America. These photos of Paul Rudd running in his Ant-Man suit is the funniest thing I've ever seen today. Look at his face. Could you imagine you send your son off to Professor X's school, thinking he has a better life now. Then you look on the TV and Juggernaut just threw him into a building. POV. You're about to take the exam, but you hear people discussing topics you've never even heard of. Staying with Bucky till the end of time. No, I don't think I will. Going back in time to clap Peggy Carter's cheeks. Everyone. This is Groot. Thor. This is a friend of mine. True. Not gonna lie, the scene made all of the Infinity Saga feel like a joke. What? Infinity Stones? How do you have these? Oh, we've actually got a lot of those. Yeah, some of the guys use them as paperweights. You know when you're cooking, this is the only way you want to cook properly without getting burned. When the oils and the food start splashing back at you, get out your shield. If I snap my fingers, you'll forget that you were ever gay. I was never gay. Exactly. Wait, no, stop. I was never gay. Sure. You can't just state something and then snap your fingers. I was never gay. If you say so. No, Miss Marvel cannot be a mutant. Finally, mutants in the MCU. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Captain with Wanda, she's just a kid. Captain with Peter, get out of it, Peter. Go away. No one. Marvel superheroes, why are they all built like this? I just wanted to be like you. RDJ's like, you'll never be like me. You're Spider-Man. Iron Man. I want the first Marvel movie. I said the first Marvel movie. Perfection. Oh, how Marvel loves to mislead us. What about Thor? Off-world. Captain Marvel? Unavailable. Superman? Wrong universe, idiot. Professor X. We must be better than our enemies, Scott. Cyclops. Better than our enemy? See, it's bad stuff like this that makes me think Magneto was right. Do you know him too? He's a little a-hole. This is gold. Paul Rudd has a little Ant-Man star. I need a Wolverine solo movie. You're not gonna believe this, but yeah, there is a Wolverine solo movie. Character in Marvel movie dies, but do they really die? I don't know. Marvel fans, when Bruce Wayne doesn't say, we got company. When a villain enters the scene, boo. Iron Man was right. Captain America was right. But you know who was actually right? Magneto. Marvel Studio planning for MCU versus Warner Bros. Planning for DCEU. Surely I can't be the only one who immediately thought of this. Marvel fans. Wait, her arm. Is that a doppelganger? You can't hear pictures. Oh, yeah, you can hear this. Flash, exploring the multiverse. Doctor Strange, exploring the multiverse. Whoa. This is too familiar. Marvel Studios is reportedly trying to make Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine interact in the MCU. I want Tobey Maguire to come back, please. Didn't they come up with a cure for your kind? You got a problem with mutants? I meant Canadians. Photos that haunt me. Please stand by. They did Captain Marvel dirty. This doesn't even look like Captain Marvel. Captain America, Guardians of the Galaxy, being the perfect trilogies of Marvel. I was like, maybe Marvel doesn't hate Bucky that much. Then I remembered Wrist, Marvel Zombies. Captain, please get me up. I have a ray gun. Marvel Office Universe. He got a bad grade. Tony is not happy. You haven't gotten a single kill. Switch to a different character. Spider-Man doesn't kill. Net. Guys, if you pick the right year, there are 3 stones in New York. Tony and Bruce. What is Civil War? And this kid drew the Civil War. The main Civil War. If we removed all laws, the crime rate would be 0. True, very true. The actor playing the main character in a true story. The photo of the real-life person at the end of the movie. What does Reed have that I don't? A thing that can... Okay, buddy. I think it's time to go to bed. Yeah, actually. Yeah, it's your bedtime. Nobody. Hulk in Endgame. Andrew Garfield denies Spider-Man 4 casting. I have played these games before. Isn't that the chap who plays Doctor Strange? Butternut Crinkle Fries. The most underwhelming shield ever. Get this man a shield. Damn. RDJ returns to the MCU as Doctor Doom, 2044. RDJ returns to the MCU as Black Panther, 2064. RDJ returns to the MCU as Professor X. It was so easy, man. They're too cowards for this. How it looks like versus how it feels like. Friendly reminder that Sam Wilson has nephews. So not only is he Captain America, he's also Uncle Sam. All this for a child you met yesterday? All this for children you never even had. Vegans, when they find out they're made of meat. Get me out of my body. 70 years in ice. The result. 20 years with wife. The result. Artist rendering of Avengers aged up. Why do you eat planets? Because it would be mad funny. Classmates, after my awful presentation. My bro, how my main be looking at me when I'm going negative on a new character. People who are on Captain America's side cannot be trusted. Remember when F1 revealed Spider-Man's secret identity? Tom Holland, Peter Parker. Why would they do this? You can't just dox someone like this. Spider-Man across the multiverse versus Doctor Strange across the multiverse. Was funny, became serious. Was serious, became funny. Was serious, became more serious. Smart Hulk was struggling to fight Abomination. Meanwhile, Incredible Hulk, he was not struggling. Therapist. Robert Downey Jr. isn't real. He can't hurt you. Robert Downey Jr. Right examples. I have an army. We have a Hulk. That's my boy. I'm looking for Spider-Man. You're about 4 years too early. Spider-Man is currently being played by Andrew Garfield about 20 blocks that way. Sydney Science Nerd may face jail for importing plutonium in bid to collect all elements of the periodic table. Touching scene. A man thinks of his mother in his final moments. Mother! When you know Wanda's keeping the entire town hostage, but you just can't prove it. The famous lift scene. But instead of the original 10 agents, we got the 7 characters listed versus Captain America. Can they win? No weapons? I don't think they can win, no. My toy is watching the villain revive itself for the 100,000th time. There's no budget for another toy to play the villain. Give me your honest thoughts on Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Lead actor a little too full of himself, otherwise great movie. I haven't watched this movie. Mum and Dad, don't let the kid watch that movie while I'm away. It's too violent. Fine, I won't. Professor X, leader of the X-Men, and our final member, Morbius the Marvel legend. Marvel fans, after watching the same movie for the 40th time, the fart jokes were slightly better. Marvel fans, when their parents divorce and it creates a multiverse of households. Throughout the years, he has never interfered until now. I mean, yeah, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was just about Grandpa Joe, let's be honest. He's the main man. Tom is actually me. Ignoring every human, only paying attention to the dog. Jonathan. No, it was nearly spelled like how my name is spelled. You gotta remove the H though on the left. First H. Those who don't know. Those who know, I don't know. Thunderbolt has grossed over 369 million at the worldwide box office. This sucks because Thunderbolts is legitimately one of the best comic book movies of 2020, and it flopping only means that Marvel will never experiment with this type of style again. Isn't it crazy how 369 million is a flop for a Marvel movie, even though they still made over 100 million profit? Crazy. Nearly 200 mil. Marvel using Stan Lee's account to promote Captain Marvel. Everyone. Yeah, it's terrible. In the end of Stan Lee's life, he was like getting literally abused. I'm glad I didn't buy this painting when I was on holiday, because I went to this painting shop and it was supposedly signed by Stan Lee, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. I'll get back to you. Because I was like, oh, I'd love to have a painting which is all like a, whatever it is, signed by Stan Lee. But then I looked more into it and I realized, oh, he has signed a bunch of stuff because he was being reinforce to how it feels when you reach for your pockets and one of the big three is missing. My glasses, not there. My phone, not there. My keys, not there. It's over for me. I'm stranded. When the Face ID doesn't work, so you've got to lock in, you've got to take off your disguise. Me wearing my glasses. You can't convince me that this is normal friend behavior. Hey, that is not normal friend behavior at all. Not a healer in sight. And then they want you to switch to a healer. The fact I'm actually going to have to face the real world instead of Marvel rivals scares me. At Halloween, a lot of people thought I had the best Spider-Man cosplay, but the truth is, I fell off my bike. This is really unrelated. You guys want me to do math memes again? It just kind of popped up in my head. Why did I just get that thought? Me, when I got the Moon Knight autism instead of the good at math or science autism. What about the good at really, really niche things, like even nicher than this? Siblings can go from this to this in 0.2 seconds, and then they can go back to being normal within 0.2 seconds too. If Doctor Doom ain't moving like this in Avengers Doomsday, I don't want it. I have returned. MCU is dead, but we always go through stages of like this. This is a repeatable stage. Where are we now, guys? Honestly, I haven't really been watching any new Marvel movies. I've watched a few, but I think Marvel is about to be back, right? Marvel has the best crossovers. My crossover. Benedict Wong says we have entered phase 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Avengers Tower looks like an ostrich. Have I read this before? This seems very familiar. I don't know. I've made like 10 Marvel meme videos. Describe how you solved the problem. I really tried. Aw, look what the teacher replied back. You always really try. That's what I love. I don't know if stopping an out-of-control train doesn't convince you of Spider-Man's true power. Captain literally struggling to catch Bucky's punch with both hands and a vibranium shield, while we have this yapper casually twisting that same punch with one arm like it's a toddler. If a person ever put a gun to my head and say, name all the Eternals, tell my family I love them. Roses are red. Iron Man can fly. He's my friend, and so was I. Tom Holland says Target staff wouldn't sell his own non-alcoholic beer, Barrow, to him because he couldn't prove his age. They wouldn't accept my ID because it's English and I couldn't prove my age. Doctor Strange's spell worked too well. They really had no idea who he was. Yeah, this is elite level marketing, guys. Elite. Look at that reply tweet. 95k likes. Bro, Tom Holland is a genius. I don't believe this happened, I'm sorry. But I respect the marketing, come on, that's impressive. And if you watched the Batman video, which I made, this is very similar to the Batman one, but it's just Spider-Man and the evolution of Spider-Man throughout the years. All the way from 1962 to 2018. What's your favorite version of Spidey, or what one looks the coolest to you? I think, let me think. I'm not a big fan of the new Spider-Man designs. I think my favorite would be, so my mic cut out and it cut out. Anyway, my favorite one would be Mark Farland.